All right, so yeah, we're back and we're gonna do some stuff. Let's see, what do I want to do today? It's a Sunday, kind of a lazy Sunday. I did want to make this arena probably a little bigger if we're gonna have this goblin guy chasing us around. This is a pretty small area. So I guess how big should we make it? We can just scale the thing. That's really no issue. Let's go here. All right. So we'll just click on this because we're just using a mesh to do his collision, do his navigation anyway. So this is really just for show. So let's just scale it bigger and see how we feel about that. So we'll go to the transform. So it's already scaled. What if I just make it, let's try 75. So that is more about what I'm thinking, and we need to start moving the other stuff around as well. So I guess we'll go to a top view and I'll just start moving. I guess right over here feels about right. Actually, you know what? The spacing on these feels pretty good. So can I grab all of them at once and just shift them all back like here? And then I'll put the food items back in them. I kind of like that. Oh, damn. Yeah, I did forget about the starting stream text. I pretty much always do. Damn. Yo, how's it going? Yeah, I saw your comments, so I might change around the some of the heating mechanics and stuff. So yeah, thanks for that. I definitely want to change how long it takes to cook stuff, and then I need to like have some type of animation or some type of display to the character, and then that stuff is going good. And then yeah, but right now I just need to make this stage a little bigger so that we can actually have some interaction with our goblin guy. And I guess we're gonna have to move everything separately on the sink, which kind of sucks, but we don't even really have to be super precise because this just prevents the character from running into the sink. I think everything else, like the sink here, we can grab and move back, and that's got everything attached to it except that one wire. So we'll move that. Here we go. And then we'll grab that, and we'll throw that somewhere around there. That's pretty close. We just have to move it back just a little bit. And we should probably make that a piece of the sink right there. That way it doesn't move. It really has no function other than just to be there to look good. So, perfect. Then we can grab all of these and move them back to the desired location. So right about here. And we'll move this over, yeah, the griddle. Well, that's the slot. So let's actually expand this out just a little bit. I'm going to grab all of the slots, and then let's grab the actual, where is the actual griddle? Who knows? We'll grab it in a second. Let's move them more towards this side over here, and then we can have like a potato station or something for the fries. I think that's a good idea. Should we tilt it and have it like outwards like this? That might be the way to go. I think I'm going to go that way for now. And let's match this up. So we'll tilt that and bring it over there. And just match it up pretty darn good. I don't foresee any issues with me doing this, but you know. Oh, that's right, those are just particle things. So I really just need to get the grill, those middles are basically where the grill patties go, so as long as that looks pretty good. And I don't think we moved it on the Z at all, so nice. Let's grab this. And we'll spin it. Bring it over here. Oh, it's just 2 knobs. I'm actually going to grab both of them then. Before I spin anything, I'm going to grab both, and then we'll move them both over. And I think they just go on the panel on this front, so we'll get it roughly there. I didn't really spend a whole lot of time making this model anyway, so it has no utility or anything. So we can move it forward and back. Nice, I just need to move it in... when we go here and go to view, how do I go to settings? No. Wireframe, there we go. Let's see how well this works for me. So, looks like AutoCAD 2014. There we go. I think that's about where it's supposed to be. Let's see if that makes any sense back in the normal. Hey, pretty close. Good enough. So, perfect. So we're going to move that there. This is going to be brought out. This orb shall be our moon in the sky, and we're going to make it much larger. Probably like, let's go 50, and height will go, what, 100? And then we'll bring it up here, so no one will ever see it again. And there we go. That serves no purpose. Then we'll take this thing over here and we'll move it. I guess that's just the collision shape. And I think with this one, I'll put it more right here. And we'll then take that and move it over here. We have this Friolator bucket, so we'll move that over here, and we'll eventually make slots for these. I'm not exactly sure what I want to do with this thing just yet, though. So, what are the specs on my computer? I think I have a... I'm running on Windows, I think it's like 10, and then I got an Intel, I think i9 processor, and then like an old-ass graphics card that's like pretty much a knockoff of like a... it's like a 680 or something. I don't know. It's like I only spent like $300 on it. It's not that expensive. I mean, not 300. It was like $250 for me to get this graphics card, so it can't be that great. All right. So we have that. That's going. And, cool. So this bar over here, I guess, should be moved back. I'm debating whether to put it over here, but I guess it should be over here near towards the order, because that would be like one of the last things you're grabbing. And the altar, I've debated, like, should I put it in the middle? That way you can, like, run to it from any side or something, or... I guess I think it would make more sense to put it towards the edge so I can have like a hand come down and grab it. I think that would be a better option. And the bell, it's only natural to put the bell next to where the altar would be. So let me actually make the bell. Let's grab that. And we can bring that all back. Okay, so that's back over there. Perfect. I'm going to bring that back just a little more towards the edge. Actually, I'm going to have to bring it in just a little bit because we're going to have barbed wire going around. I'm going to fix that too today, probably. So we're going to have 4 of these building blocks, and they're going to be like hovering over there with barbed wire. And I think I'm going to make them a little bit bigger. Okay, so building blocks. What happens if I just transform this and scale it to like a 3? Okay, that's a little big. What about a 2? I think that would be cool. And then I might improve these textures to be like glowing or something in the future, but for now I'm just kind of speccing it out. So I'm going to duplicate these and put them on each corner. And we're going to start adding an FPS label to the game just to see. Someone started talking about specs, and I was like, oh, I should add some type of label to let us know what's going on. So let's go do that to the player, and let's see what we got. We need to go to our control here, and we'll just add a label. And I'm going to call this FPS, and this will just help us orient where it's supposed to be. And I think we should just have it up here at the top right. It'll be easy for you guys to see. We'll make it big. Where's that at? Theme overrides. It's a weird thing to call it, so whatever. Font size. We're going to override that, and we'll set it at what, like 50? Something big for now. And then, yeah, FPS, and we'll just call this FPS label. FPS label. And then we'll go to our... we'll do it in the camera swivel. Do we have a process function? We do. So we'll say label... Oh, no. We need our $sign label, FPS label, and we're going to say .text is equal to, I think it's engine is it performance? Or is it get FPS? They changed it. Get frames per second, I believe. Yeah. So cool. I think we can just do that, but I want to set this to an str, a string. So that should be cool, and we should be able to see that up at the top left. Nice. So that's good to go. Let's go ahead and give that a shot and just see how where we're at. Actually, what I need to do first is turn off VSync. So let me do that before I do anything. So I'll go to Project, and what that does allows you to hold on, it'll be easier to explain once I get to it. Where is it at? Is it in rendering, or I think it's in window? Yeah, VSync mode enabled. Let me hover over it. Sets the VSync mode for the main game window. Depending on the platform used, rendering the engine will fall back to enabled. The VSync modes only supported. Yeah, so I think this one allows you to go basically as high as possible on your what do you call it? On your FPS. Your FPS is going to try and display as high as possible. So if not, I'll just have to switch it to disabled. I can't really remember which one is which, but we'll take a look. I'll know immediately. So kind of a mute point. 16, 60. So yeah, right now it's like locked at 60 frames a second, and then it shouldn't be doing that. And then he's also stuck on something. But yeah, those look cooler, a little bit larger. We'll bop him on the head a couple of times. I also remember we forgot to display the... Oh, his hand also injures us whenever, not only when he punches, but whenever we touch it. We need to fix that. But yeah, we can still do this stuff. Let's make sure this stuff still works. We can use that. We have this guy here with no collision on him. We got to fix that. Just get him out of here, I guess. Our alter's over here. Our bell still works. So we need to move this TV back there. We'll move that. And then I need to get the barbed wire from Blender. We got to figure out how to make that with curves. And then we got that moon up there. I might put some light on that to make it look a little cooler. And let me go back to our project settings, and I guess we'll go to VSync disabled, and then we'll see. The frame rate should now be, I think, as high as possible. Oh yeah, the textures in Blender can be a real pain in the ass. Even if you know what you're doing, you're just like, why are they disappearing? Where are they going? It's a pain. And then there's some stuff that I didn't mention, like I guess Blender sometimes won't save like an image, and you gotta go to like if you had a texture and you're here, You gotta hit this like shield, and that will make a fake user, so your image gets saved sometimes. And it's, I don't know why, but yeah, sets me off. But okay, we can run this again and see what happens. What am I drinking? I have a Keddy, which is a off-brand Yeti, and it's full of Costco coffee, or whatever brand my grandma got from Costco. She gave me some. But yeah, you can see now that the FPS at the top is going as high as possible. And the more stuff I get in frame, I guess theoretically the more it should go down. So, yeah, and if I spawn something in, we'll see it drop as well. So I should be spawning in 4 items if I place 4 items in here, and maybe we'll get a frame rate drop. If we bop this guy, it changes animations. And he's hit us a few times. We need to make his hand only hit us when he's punching. And we need to add his, we never added his blood in. We added it, but we never like, alright, so right here, 3, 2, 1, we'll look for the frame rate. It didn't drop that bad. Well, actually it did. I guess it went, but I think that was part of the sync. Yeah, I think that's a big part, was a sync right there. It's a lot of particles, maybe. And not so much the spawning of the items. So we start placing these in over here. Yeah, the steam particles drop it for sure. So do those. But I mean, it's still going at a pretty good rate, I guess. I don't know. We can grab stuff like this. Did we fix the cheese? Can we grab it? Yes, we can. Nice. And then we can grab a oh, the hot dog's still broken. Awesome. We got our health up at the top. Alright, so a lot of that's looking good. And now what do we need to do? That's right, I wanted to make the barbed wire in Blender, and I'm going to add that in. I want to see how that looks. I also wanted to put a light on that moon, but we'll come back to that. Let me get O to get out of here. And we'll come back into our scene down here. So, we'll save right there. What do we need to do? The barbed wire. Alright, so our scene is much bigger. There's a few ways we could do this. One, we could take like an image and just use the image as a, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll take a image, actually we'll just take a plane, and then I have to find a barbed wire image. So we go R on the X 90 and scale it. And I'll basically put a barbed wire image on here and then make it like a PNG, and then we'll just wrap it all the way around and we'll see how that looks. There's one way to do it, and the other way would be for me to make a curve and model it. I guess, well, yeah, since it's a square, we can just make the curve and then it'll be a square, so we'll just scale it up. That's a better way to do it. That'll look better too. So yeah, let me grab this curve right here. And I think I have these more off to the side. Let me just check the Godot script. I'm going to make it as similar as possible so I don't have to do as much adjusting there. So yeah, they're a little bit off there. And I can always, you know, shrink it or go forward because it's going to be a square. It is very hip to be square, actually. So we can grab this and we'll move it around. 90. Bring that shit in right there. Right there, we grab it and we'll put one of them. I want to start off with as little vertices as possible, and then we'll adjust from there. So we'll just imagine that we have the other floating totem poles or whatever. And that would be cool. Maybe we'll get heads from Make Human and we'll put them in as like screaming heads, and that would look way cooler. Yeah, let me write that down, or let me go to my notepad and we'll say get screaming heads and apply texture of the stone and use as totems. Perfect. We're gonna save that as a totem idea, because I'll totally forget it. Nice. So we put those in there. We have our 4 points right there. And what do we want to do here? I guess we're really just going to make this, we should add a few more. So if I subdivide, I'll just grab every single one and hit subdivide. I could have just hit A for all, I guess, and we'll hit subdivide. It should make one in the middle right there. And we can sag it just a little bit, and I think that'll make it look pretty cool. Let me go here. Hold on, I gotta get some techno music going or something. There we go. Good enough, whatever. So now we have all of the middle selected, and we can bring it down on the Z just a little bit, and that way it sags just a little bit like that. And then we can grab some geometry. We'll do this, and I think somewhere in there, and that's pretty cool. What am I gonna do now? I guess I could now make a little like curve thing. Let's look up a chain of barbed wire. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have a super great idea of the direction I'm going. I'm kind of just making this up on the fly, but all I really need to do is make up some mechanic for the fry-later, and my idea would be that you would have some type of thing that chops up some potatoes, and this guy would be trying to steal your potatoes or whatever, and then that way you could have, like, you know, 5 like little individual fries inside of the thing, and then if he gets like one of them, you get less of a score on your item, on your like total order. So that's the idea for right now, and you know, because it's very simple and you can just kind of put that in action. But I'm sure I'll end up refining it, and there'll be more stuff to do. I still want to take this model and make like a really fucking big one and have him as like a boss wave, because that would be hilarious. But you know, I can't be like promising like, oh yeah, we'll do every fucking thing under the moon. But yeah, let's, I guess, get this barbed wire finished. Let's add a, oh, I needed to get a barbed wire image. So barbed wire, we'll look that up. There we go. I'm gonna save that image, save as. Oh, it's an HTML image. No, I don't want that. I need a PNG or a JPEG or something like that. Let me save image as, and we'll call it barb wire. Sorry, this is off screen. Barbed wire. Okay, and then should I open that image in Blender? Yeah, I should. So we'll go add, I think, image as planes, and let's see if I can actually get that one. We need to go to, I saved it in my spell icons folder for a different game. So let me hide this hammer, and we'll click on this and scale that up. We need to make a little thing like this, and we could do it with a curve, or we could just roughly mimic the shape. So I'm probably going to just roughly mimic the shape by making a, let's make a cylinder, and we'll have like very few vertices, maybe like 5. Yeah, that'll be fine. The little R90, spin it. We're gonna go object, shade smooth. It's gonna be really small too. So we'll bring it up, and then we'll just add a, I guess we'll add a cube. And what I'll do is, I'll go to edit mode. I think I'm going to, we could shrink this in, or I could just go here, and I'll grab all of these and say, what is it, merge vertices at center, and then we have a spike. So we can then take this spike, and I guess we'll expand it out a little bit on the base because it needs to be more like rectangular. So we'll E to extrude and bring it down, and then I'll grab the whole thing and shrink it. And it needs to be a little bit, you know, skinnier, like this. We'll bring it over like that. I don't know what this is, we're gonna hide it. If we bring this, actually we'll bring the picture in line with our thing. Kind of like that. Whoops. We will bring this down. We will then bring this, scale it on the Z like this. I'm just going to copy and paste these real quick. I don't know what I did there. Oh yeah, let me turn that on. Nice, and we'll just take both of these. Oops, I hit the picture. I'm going to go Shift D, and then I'm going to go R180 on the, what is it, X? Yeah. And then we can bring it down just like this. And then I need to get a larger barbed wire texture and actually wrap that as a texture for this thing. And then I'm going to join all of these together. Or actually, maybe we can just add a rusty metal texture. I'm going to Control J to join all of them. I'll go to Object, Shade Smooth, and then we'll go to Materials, and where's our good old rusty material? Rust metal. So we'll just throw that in there, and then I know I can spawn a bunch of these along the curve, so let's just go to Object, Origin to Center of Mass. I know I can spawn a bunch of them upon a curve, I just don't remember how it's done, so we'll have to kind of figure that out as we go. Okay, yeah, so we'll then, I'm going to hide this image. I'm also going to Alt-G to return this back to where it should be, right there, to its base origin. And if I make an array, and then I make that array go to this curve. Hold on, let me Google it real quick. I might have to watch a guide because I'm a little rusty on that. How to make a mesh follow a curve curve in Blender.
It's time to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
You're hearing an ad right now.
Applying for residency right now. Wish me luck. Grammarly has again.
Let's come on, skip past that. All right.
How to make an object follow a curve. Let's say
Hold on, I'll put this on the screen for you, maybe. Yeah.
Creating a train track and you currently have one piece of it ready. To create copies of the original piece, open the modifier properties tab and add the array modifier to the object. In this case, the object is facing the positive direction of the y-axis, so modify the factor settings x value to 0 and y value to 1. Increase the count value to create copies of the piece.
I remember that
Press
part.
Shift A and add a path curve. Rotate it 90 degrees on the z-axis.
A path.
View with numpad 7. Move the curve to the middle of the train track and scale it to be around the same length. Now go to edit mode and move the vertices of the curve to bend it. Go back to object mode and select the train track. Add the curve modifier to it. Set its curve object settings value to be the curve object. Select the curve again and reset its location with Ctrl A location so that the track starts at the same point as the curve. Now you can modify the curve and the track will follow it. If you want to apply the modifiers, apply the array modifier first, then the curve modifier. Now you can.
Alright, I don't know if that's a good idea. Mainly because he's starting from the origin and going forward, but we might just copy and paste a whole bunch of times instead of doing that. Oh, you know what? We don't really even have to worry that much because it's like Yeah, it's pretty straight, so I think we can just use a little bit of offset to it. So here's what I'll do. That was too many steps anyway. I'm not going to remember all that. Let's go here and apply a rusty thing. Rust metal. We'll then go to our rusty shit over here, and we'll just kind of... Well, where are you at? Right here. Nice. So I have an idea of how to do this in a very lazy but cool fashion. So what would happen if I make an array of them, and then I'll grab my this here and bring them all down in a kind of a line. Let's try that. So we're going to go add modifier array, and we want to do it on the yeah, cool. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments now. Alright, so let's just do some dumb shit here. So we're doing it on the wrong axis there. You can see them showing up. We want it on the, I guess, that's the Z, that's the Y. So let's set these to 0 and 0. And it should be in the negative, or no, should be interesting. But we want a bunch of them now. And man, I haven't used this thing in a while. I don't want that many. I thought I could spread them out more. Relative offset in array. Let's just do fixed count. I feel like this thing is really simple to use, and the fact that I'm fucking it up so bad is very interesting. So I should just be able to set this to our y-axis with 1, and it'll move on the y-axis, right? But why does it go in a diagonal? Oh, maybe I don't have the rotation applied for this thing. So let's go Control A, and we'll go rotation and apply it, and then that's more like what I'm looking for. So now if I hit this to a negative, there we go. Okay, so I was kind of looking for that type thing, and we can set this to a little more distance, and then we can spawn some more. We don't really need a whole ton of them, so yeah. Nice. So we'll add those in just like that, I believe, because why not? And then I'm going to move them down like here. And nice. And then there's only like a bunch of them right there, so I'll just apply this modifier, and then we'll put them on the rope manually. And we can then copy and paste this around, and I'll just move them a little bit. And as long as you don't tell anyone, I don't think anyone's going to know. So we'll just grab this. Oh, we got to go to wireframe. Then we can grab them and move them with no hesitation. So we got that going. Yeah, I would have been able to do this, but I would have had to, I think, make a new path and then follow that around, and I would have had to like start from the origin to make sure these are oriented the right way. And that just would have been a whole mess to try and do live on the stream. So this is a much simpler way. And I definitely don't feel like I failed at all. You know, I definitely feel like I've accomplished what I set out to do. So let's let's put these here, and yeah, what are we doing? G on the X right here, and then we will Shift D R 90. We'll bring them over. We'll go G to bring them on over. I'm gonna hit N to close that shit right there. We'll bring that right here, and we'll Shift D to duplicate. Can you follow the FPS tutorial with a low-end PC? You should be able to. I would just say make the models that you make very simple. That way when you load them in, it's very simple. But yeah, Godot is a very lightweight program, so it's great for beginners with a bad PC. I will say anything you do, like if you have money to upgrade to a better PC, it'll always be nicer for you. I struggled through having a really shitty laptop for a long time until I got like a decent job, and then I was like, oh, I can actually have a nice laptop that I enjoy using, or a nice computer that I enjoy using. So I mean that's about what I was going for, and then I might just yeah, I guess we'll need like 3 of these, so I'll just copy and paste all 3. I'm going to apply that mesh on here. So let me grab this. I'm going to go to Object. We'll go to... where is it at? Convert. There we go. Convert to mesh, because right now it's curve. And then we'll grab it. We'll grab these. We're going to Control J to join them all together. And then we'll just go Shift D, G on the Z, we'll bring it up, and then we'll do another one right here. And I mean, it really gets the point across that you can't like cross that area. And then I can have like random ones kind of strewn about in here if I want, I guess. Or maybe I'll have some type of like, I think I'll just go the cheap way and have a shader, like a cool shader from GodotShaders.com. I think that'll be the way to do it. And I think I'm going to move these up just a little bit, like this. Yeah, that looks good. Well, they have to be proportional to where my blocks would be, actually. So we'll grab that one and move it down. Alright, so that should be looking pretty good for us. Alright, so let's now export that into Godot and see if it works good. Maybe I should make it all one. Let's try that, and we can always separate it out later. That's easy to do. So let's rename it also to the, let's call it just chains. And then we'll go File, Export, GLTF. Let's see, we have the bell. We now need the wire. And I guess we'll call this the wire. Barb wire, probably. Barb wire. I forgot what it actually was. So, barb wire. We export it. If we jump back into Godot, is it showing up, or did we export to the wrong area? File, export, GLTF. I think we went to the wrong one. We want to go to horror cooking, and then we go to scenes, and then we need to make a new folder called barb wire, and we'll go here, and then we can save it here, barbwire.glb, and we also need to say selected objects only. I forgot to do that, but that's very important. So that should be exported. We can bring it in now, and let's just bring it straight into our scene. So where are you at? Barb wire. We'll bring that in there. It's of course going to be too small, and we need to scale it up to the same degree the other thing was scaled. So what was that, like 7? No, this thing. Not that one. The this mesh right here. We scaled that to 75. What are you scaled to? I guess it won't be proportional at all, but that's fine. Barbed wire. Let's just bring it to the middle, because it's going to have to do that. So we can go to the transform and set that equal to 0. And then we can just adjust this scale until it looks pretty close to right. Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go in game and see how that looks. Let's go. I just want to make it an even number for, you know, no particular reason. And then we'll bring it up just a little bit. And that looks pretty cool. Let's run it. So we have some barbed wire going around. I think it's still, I think we need to bring it in just a little bit closer and then have it actually come out of the totems, and then maybe have the fire on those a little bit bigger. Maybe have a little little more personality to them. I'm not sure why they don't show up at certain angles. We'll have to look at the particles and see. Maybe the proximity's off, and we got to add the particles to this guy as well. So let's, I guess, start doing some of that stuff. Yeah, I guess we should start adding. Let's go to one of these scenes and see what we got. If we go here, we have a red light on them. If I just turn this energy up to like something crazy like 20, let's see what that looks like in the scene. I'm always, I don't really know much about the lighting in Godot. I'm not a huge lighting guy. I just kind of like throw things in there and hope they look decent. So you really can't even tell a difference for any of these, whichever one we're looking at, right? And I mean, none of them really look red to me. So that's interesting. Yeah, let's go to that scene. What would happen if we didn't use a spotlight and instead we used just a regular light around them or something? Let's also go to these particles and turn them on. I guess we'll make them bigger because we didn't anticipate on this thing being so large. So what if we make these 3 and 3 to give us a little more coverage? Let's try that when we go back into the scene. So that looks a little better. That's more what I was going for. Let's try it. Let's see if our FPS drops at all. Oh, we also need to make some flames when this guy spawns. So those flames kind of look like shit when they're bigger. But I think there's too much of them going on at one time. And then it kind of all clouds together and it doesn't really give a nice thing. I'll have to look into making better ones. And then over here, I don't know why you can't see them. Are they not spawning when you're looking at them, or are they just hard to see because of the light? It looks like they're hard to see because of the light. So let's see our sun. Should we turn that up and see what happens? We have the color on the sun to really not be much. Interesting. Shadow enabled. We don't have any shadow enabled, so light and sky, yeah, whatever. World environment, what are we looking like on there? So we have a black sky. Should we change that to have a red sky, or should I go and find some type of map to plug in here? Or should we turn on, maybe we'll just turn on some type of fog. Let's see what that would look like with the fog. I always forget how this shit works. Let me go to view, and we'll go to viewport number 2. I don't want it anywhere on the thing. I just want it on the flesh mountains. So we'll go to viewport 2, and let me put this on the camera. Where the hell is that's right, it's on our player. We'd have to make another camera in the scene, so let me just do that. I'm gonna go here and just add a camera 3D, and I'll go preview on that node. Oh, we also need to move that shit around. Looks more like a WWE arena or something. So let me bring it down. Transform on the Y, just a little bit further down. I guess right there would be fine. And then let's mess around with the world environment until we can see what we should see. How we want to say if it's far away from us, or is that the volumetric fog? Is it the no, I don't know what that is. Sky effect, height, density. It used to be like close and far, right? That made more sense to me. Let me get rid of that, and I'll go to volumetric, and then I don't know. They changed it in Godot 4. I'm not familiar with it anymore. What would happen if I ran the scene right now, just out of curiosity? Is there just going to be fog everywhere? I'm sure that's what's going to happen, yeah. Dude, that'll be nice. Yeah, it's just fog everywhere. I want it to only be like extending out. There used to be like a setting on here that would say like close and far, and then you could like set it to far, so it would only be in the background from like the camera. But length maybe. What if I set it there? Is that what I'm looking for? I doubt it. I don't know. I'm not going to mess around with it forever. I just wanted to see what would happen if I changed it a little bit. So that doesn't look any better, but like I kind of like how it looks in the background more, but not how it looks up front here. So I'll have to figure that out on my own time and then do it to the stream. But we're just going to disenable it for now. And yeah, I guess ambient light, will turn this down a little bit. I think that way it's just kind of a dull red. We should be able to see stuff a little better. And let me move some more of the stuff in the scene to be where I think it should be. So this, I guess, should be like outside the barbed wire, or maybe like right inside of it. And then we'll move this all the way, I guess, closer to here, because you're kind of like running over there as the last thing. I think we're going to move the buns more closer to this over here and just have a bunch of them. So let me grab these. If I can select all of them together, that would be great. Actually, not the bun. Let me retry that. Bam, there we go. So now we'll bring these over here and set them back in the tray. We might have to add a couple more condiments there. And there's no way to throw away condiments yet, so we would have to change that a little bit to fix that up, and we'll see how that goes. All right. So that's cool. Let me run the scene and see. What else do we need to do? There's more shit we need to do for sure. I kind of like the barbed wire. I like how that looks. I like how this shit looks here. I guess we should run it and then I can take a look. I'm just going to kill him real quick. So we have our barbed wire stretching out. We got a little more light going on so we can see stuff. We have our food over here. We can interact with it. We then have the bell to hit and tell us the order's ready. So we do need to get more sound effects. We need to get more sound effects. We also need to do something with this guy. I don't really have any plan for him. He was just a reference to how big we should make stuff. I think this altar needs to be a little bit bigger, and maybe we'll put it like right here so it can be larger. These I need to add collision to because there's no collision, and then I need to add collision to the barbed wire so you can't escape the cage. And then when the devil guy spawns in, oh, we need to make some type of spawner. So that will be cool. So let's start with that. Let me do this. I'll make a new node. We'll call this spawner. Spawner node. And actually it'd be better to make this in the scene for right now, just the way I'm going to do it. So we're going to go here, we'll say spawner. No, not spawner. We just want a node 3D. It really just needs to hold positions. That's all it needs to do. And then we'll call this spawner. And then we can, let me throw on some music and I gotta grab some coffee. Alright, hold on. Sorry, I'm looking at my cat. My cat's eye is injured, and I'm putting in eye drops for her. She appears to be fine. She's just squinting. I just want to make sure her eye is fine. I took her to the vet, and they said there is no trauma to her eye. So, all right, back to it. We need to create a spawner script, and what I'm gonna do is just have a I'm gonna have like different positions on here that the guy can spawn, or we could, we could have like a randomly moving one, or we could even move it with an animation player. But basically, all we have to do is take a position. We'll make another node. I think they got rid of the position thing, right? It's just node now. Yeah, node 3D. So we'll say pause 1. Yeah, pause. Actually, we'll just go A. We'll use A, B, C, and D. So we'll go here underneath the spawner, and we can duplicate it. And we'll say C. Pause D. And then we'll go pause A. We need a B. There we go. And this actually needs to be up there. I swear I know my A, B, C, Ds. Okay, so then we can move these wherever we want. So we'll have like one spawn location over here, one over like there. I guess we can have one over here and one kind of like right there, I guess, somewhere in there. And they're on the ground, perfect. So we'll then make our script, and all we have to do is instantiate our devil man. So we also need a timer on here. Okay, so we have a timer, and this will be spawn timer. So once we have the spawn timer, let's go to our script and start fleshing this out. We can get rid of all of these, and the first thing we're going to do is, how's it going? Yo, what's up? On ready var, we're going to say, let's get a reference to our devil guy. So we're going to say goat guy equals, we'll load, and then we'll load the scene for the, what is it, enemy, devil man, I can't remember what we called him. Should be a TSCN, goatbuddy.tscn, there we go, there's our guy. So we're going to load that in whenever we spawn stuff. So we'll say func spawn goat man, and we'll put this right here, and we got to make another at onReady var, and this is going to be the positions that we made. So pause A, and that'll be equals, and then we'll get the position A that we made. So then we just need to control C and paste this a few times and go B, C, and D, and then same over here. So B, C, and D, and then we're just going to spawn them at those positions. So all we need to do is say enemy, we'll make a var enemy. Yeah, I got this var enemy, what is it gonna be, equals, how do I do this right? Instantiate, that's right. We gotta go to goatguy.instantiate, and I never spell this one right. Instantiate, instantiate, perfect. Then we're gonna say, yeah, we're going to add this as a child of our parents. So we got to go get parents, and then we'll say dot add the child, and that child will be the enemy. So we have that right there, and that's looking pretty good. Get parent dot add child enemy. So that'll spawn, and then we need to give them the position of whatever one of these we have to do. But we have to make a random generator to randomize whatever that is. So let's go at onReady var RNG equals, and I did this yesterday, and I remember how to do it now. See, I'm learning, guys. So RNG And then we can say RNG dot, I think rand I, because we only want 0 through 4, but we also got to add the range onto that. So we go 0 through 4, or through 3, because we can get 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's 4 numbers right there, and we got to save that as a var. So we'll say random equals. Perfect. Then we just need to feed that position to the child we just spawned. So we'll say position, actually enemy.position, not our position as the spawner, enemy.position equals, and that will be the, let's have an array of these real quick. We'll just make an @onReady onReady var. It'll be a holder array, and that will just contain the pause A, and we'll copy here and make the rest of them. So this will be D, this will be C, and this will be B. So it'll select one of these randomly, and we'll accomplish that by saying holder array, and then we'll feed in our random number. So rand, rand num. It's right above you. What the fuck, man? What are you even trying? So there we go. That should be good to go. So that should spawn every time we tell it to. Now we just need to tell it when to do so. So we're going to, I guess, make another function. Actually, we need the timeout on the spawn timer right here. So we'll go node. We got to select it again. Timeout, connect to our, where are you at? Spawner, connect. So we have that. Then we want to just basically spawn goat enemy every time the timer times out. And I think that's good to go. So now we just need to basically tell this script when to start. So I'm going to put like a func start enemy wave, start wave, and we'll come up with some wave shit later, but we'll just say start wave, and that will say timer.start, I guess. Yeah, spawn timer. So we'll do the spawn timer.start, and then this should just spawn this guy endlessly every second, but let's do it like every you know what, let's have a whole bunch of them following us. And let's also fix our goat buddy so he rotates towards us. So there's a lot of ways to do that, but we're gonna do it the most quick and dirty way, which is a look at. So I think we can just put it right here. I think we can just look at the input direction. So we'll say look at, and then I think we can just turn the armature to face that direction, right? So actually, we're just going to try a basic look at for this one. Look at input dir, and we'll see what happens right here. And then we'll also add a vector 2, no, a vector 3 dot up, and this just passes in a vector with a with an up direction. So it knows what to do. So then let's go to our scene A and see what happens. We never called that function to start it, so nothing is going to happen, but we still have our goat guy here. We need to delete him, sadly. See you later, goat man. Okay, and then we'll have our spawner, and we need to, from our, where are we going to call this from? I guess we could just start the spawn timer. We'll just put it automatically to auto start, and we'll see what happens then. But ideally, I would call this, I might have to end up making a game manager. That is probably what we'll do. I just don't want to do it right now, but we'll make a game manager script that auto loads. So we'll have like a opening scene so you can load and have your save data and all that shit. You load in, the game manager says, here's all your shit. I'm going to start the wave for you. That's what's going to happen. But we don't want to go that far just yet. We're only testing this to get that going. So we're going to go to the spawn timer and go to the auto start. So whenever the scene starts, this is just going to run, and that'll start our wave spawner. And it should just run non-stop right now if I have everything correct. So nice. Let's give it a run-a-rooney. Holder array. Invalid index set position. Am I misspelling that? With value of node 3D. Oh, yeah, we want to get the position of this. So we got to say holder array dot position. My bad, yeah. Right now I'm trying to feed it the node. So we were getting these 4 positions that we put in. We're getting the nodes and we're passing them there, and I need to pass the position of the node, not just the node. So that makes sense. And we're live and we're going and it's showing. All right, yeah. So for some reason they all decide to spawn there. Oh no, they're spawning all over, and they're coming for us. Really having an issue here. Uh-oh. So how many of them? How many of them can Godot handle? Yeah, let's just keep going till the stream crashes. That'll be the way to do it. 382. They're still coming. Let's actually fix the thing. So can we just go negative input direction and then it'll actually face us? Is that what we can do here? I believe that should be the way to go. Where are they coming from? There's one. Yeah. No, we can't. So, that's interesting. I think I have a solution. We could just make it look at the player node. So we can say... oh, we should just look at the next path position, I believe. Let's try that. Because just look at the next path of where you're running to. That would make sense to me. But you know, I'm not a 3D video game character, so what would I know? Alright guys. This is it. You can do it. You can definitely not flip the fuck out and run all over the place. Alright, now it needs to be negative. Now we need to look at the negative. Or return the model all the way around. And what are you complaining about? Up vector and direction between node and origin are aligned. Oh yeah, that old error. So I know how to fix that, but I just want to see this work real quick. So basically what we can do is make a different node to face the player, and let's watch that debugger soar. Or maybe not. Yeah, I'd have to look up the video again on how to fix this error. But it is spawning incorrectly. And we, we sure do have a lot of them. So, there are a lot of polygons on this guy too. They can't collide with each other. They're really slow. It looks like we can beat them in mass. That's good to know. Looks like the... you know, we're getting down there. I guess my computer really doesn't like this. Are they actually turning to face us, or am I imagining things? Are they turning? They are. They are turning to face us. Just slowly. Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, so I guess they're looking at the next path position they're running to, and I think if we make them faster, they'll move faster, and that'll turn it up a little bit too. So, yeah. We also need to add some. It's Sunday and I really don't feel like doing a ton of like hard coding, so I just want to get some sound effects for right now. Start adding that shit in. We also need to make the stuff, some blood spurt out when we hit these guys, and we'll see how our FPS does then. And then let's also make a cap on how many can spawn. So we'll go back to our spawner, and we'll just make at onReady var count. And we'll set that count equal to, what do you think, 10? Well, for right now, I'm going to set it equal to 0, and we'll say if count equals 0, then pass, and we'll also do a timer.stop. Timer, where are you at? Right here. Spawn timer dot stop. So that should stop the movement of the timer and the ticking of that. And then we'll say else, elk, else, and we'll say spawn goatman. So then we'll continue and we'll increase the count, decrease the count. So we'll say count minus equals 1. And then we can just manipulate that, so we can put this to like 5, and we can spawn 5, and then once it hits 0, it'll stop. That'll actually spawn 6, I guess. Maybe, no, because it'll spawn 1 less. So let's give that a shot and make sure that works. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's pray that no more appear. So they do face the next path they're looking at. That is what I want to do. But what would happen if we instead did this? We say, right here, right now, face the player. So we'll say get tree dot get first node in group, get first node in group, and we'll get the player. We're not going to have a lot of these attacking, so we'll see how. Oh, and then we need to say dot position right here, dot position. Look at that. That should do it. Probably give us a ton of errors too, but you know, when has that ever stopped us? Yeah. So now, oh, he is facing us. What the fuck? What is going on? It's like they all of a sudden are turning around and they're like, oh, it's time to... Very interesting. Yeah. Maybe it just looks weird with their animation of them running. But if they're near me, they punch me. But they're not actually punching at me is the problem. But anyway, let's add some hit effects when we hit them and shit like that. So yeah, we also need to put footsteps on the player, so let's give that a shot too. I think we just need to let's see, where are we moving on the player? Right here in our process function. So we basically just need to check if our velocity is at a... If we're moving, and then if we're moving, we need to repeat a footstep looping, but with different pitches, so it'll just be like dump, 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 like that. And then I have a footstep that we got yesterday, so I'll come back and do that I just have to take a quick break and make sure my cat is cool and then check on the other cat. How big my game file is. How would I check something like that? Would I go to project settings? Or can I just go, you mean like go to like documents and check how big the actual file is? I don't know what you mean. If we go to it, we go to, where is it? Horror, cooking game. Let's go to properties. Size on disk contains, so yeah, you can see right there, if that's what you're asking for. But if you mean like when you export it, how big is that game file? I don't know. I haven't exported it yet. So, yeah. But yeah, let me just put something up on the screen so I can take a break real quick. Oh, I still got that open. And I'll throw some music on. There we go. I'm just going to kill these guys, and then I'll put some text on the screen, and I'll be back in a minute. I got to make some more coffee, and I'll finish up a little bit more stuff. Alright, so there we go. Let me go to OBS and say BRB. Oh, thank you for the people saying it was looking good. All right. Okay, so we're back in it now. So the easiest thing to do would be to put the blood splatter on the guys, because we already built that yesterday. We just never integrated it. We have this blood, and when we set it to emitting, it sprays out, and that just gives us a visual cue that we're hitting the guy. So let's do that. Hello, how's it going? Nice. So all we need to do is when we take hit, we just need to flip the emitting on this. So we already have our state machine that we took yesterday, and then we'll just go here, and we'll say, what is that called? Blood. A river of blood. Blood, and we just need to set that to emitting. Oh yeah, dude. Thank you. And then I need to go here. Thank you guys. I always forget that shit. So emitting, if I can spell it correctly, emitting equals true. Let's see how that works, and that should just flip one time and then go back. So let's try giving one of these guys a whack with a hammer. A hair in my mouth. Alright, so where are you at, bud? Whack. Alright, so there we go. Now we got some blood going. So we need some effects to go with that blood. So let's hop on over to open game art. I'll bring that up over here. We'll go to browse. We'll go to sound effects. Let's go to hit. I'm going to stop the music. I'm sorry, I have fucking cat hair all over me. I picked up my cat to make sure it's fucking fine, but fucking shit. Oh, those are probably really loud. Let me go to OBS and maybe turn those down a little bit. That's not bad. What do we need? We need like atmospheric interaction sound pack, punches, hits. Yeah, I wanted some kind of like wet sound for when you smack him with a mallet. What are my thoughts on Godot 4? I really like Godot 4 over Godot 3. I didn't change over for a long time, but Godot 4 is much better. I'm on like Godot 4.3 though. I'm not moving to the next one for a while. Battle sound, hits, punches. Yeah, I think these are going to be the best ones that we got. 7-zip, no thank you. RPG sound effects. Oh wait, let me go back. Yeah, probably not that one. Battle sounds. Oh, there's more down. I didn't scroll down. Oh yeah, dude, we're doing the fucking yes. This is perfect. I knew I'd find something good. Alright, then we'll go to open with Windows Explorer. We're just gonna grab all of these and then we'll oh. You know what, we'll actually leave these alone for now. I just feel like I'm not sure what was up with that. We'll actually do that on my own time and grab all these because I feel like grabbing a bunch of these off the internet while I'm like fucking around should not be something I'm doing. Being retarded. But yeah, I actually probably already have some. Let me go and check. If I go to my downloads, I'm sure I have a some hits in here because I fucking do that shit all the time. Yeah, from last year. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not paying anything for you. Extract 2. Let's go to the folder. Where you at? fucking piece of shit. I have to go to work tomorrow. I didn't realize how late it was. Let's go to the sound effects. We'll extract it there. So then we'll go to here. We got some sound effects. This is the one that I got earlier from this year. So, alright, so that's actually not going to go great. Oh, we actually had some already ready, so whatever. So let me just take this and we'll delete that. Remove. Perfect. That's right, we had the bing and the clink. So we were going to use that for when we hit people with the hammer. So, are we going to do that from the goat player when we're hit, or are we going to do that from the fucking hammer? Let's, don't save. I don't need that one. So, yeah, I guess we should emit the sound from the goat guy. So let's have a plus here, and then we're going to add a audio stream player 3D is what I want. Audio stream player 3D. And we'll bring it up to about head level, because that's what we're going to be smacking, is the top of this fucking head. And we'll say bing. Yeah, that's the problem, is I have so much stupid shit on my hard drive, and all of it's like assets for another project. So if I delete them, I feel like, damn, now I'm going to lose that thing I needed. So what does that sound like? It's not even playing. Oh, it is playing. It's just very low. Yeah. So that's what that sounds like. Let me bring that down. Alright, so what else we got? We got clink. Damn. I don't even know why I grabbed these. These fucking suck. They must have sounded much better. Yeah, that's not good at all. Damn, I'll guess I'll have to grab some sound effects later on. But yeah, I really didn't realize how late it was, and I gotta work tomorrow, so I'll probably end the stream here, and I'll grab the sound effects off camera. That way I don't have to waste a whole bunch of time doing this. So peace out, everyone. I'm going to go over how everything kind of looks right now, and thanks for anyone joining the stream. I'll be streaming tomorrow, probably about 6:30 to 8, probably about the same time again. After doing some research, I'll figure out why some of these things are and aren't working, and then we'll progress through them as fast as possible. So there we go. And I think the new layout works better. Yeah, we'll grab stuff, we'll be throwing it in here, and I guess these guys, instead of targeting you, will target the stuff they want to steal. So maybe they'll like run over here and try and grab your item out of here. And I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yeah. But I guess we're still getting 800, 700 frames per second. We can smack groups of these guys. They don't bump into each other. Those are dead. They can punch us and we take damage. We just have no sound effects. Yeah. Yep, sounds like a pretty productive night. I got some stuff done, but it's Sunday, so what do you expect? But yeah, peace out, everyone. I'll be back on.